Sooner or later, justice will be served. Notorious fugitives trying to cover their tracks after terrorizing the streets of New Orleans. But there was something they didn't know. The Texas Rangers were on their trail, and they weren't about to give up. A life-or-death struggle in a race of seconds. Breathtaking chase that started on the motorway. Body cameras and dash cams captured those moments in seconds. No escape, no mercy. So who were these dangerous fugitives from New Orleans? What horrible crimes were they wanted for? How did this operation, which did not resemble a film scene, end? The New Orleans City Jail was shaken by an escape unlike anything seen in its history. 10 dangerous inmates, aged between 19 and 45, quietly dug through a wall, leaving behind a message that mocked the system easy out. Now we'll observe how they escape from prison. After the guard has successfully opened the exit door, the prisoners head towards the previously planned spot where they have identified the weakness of the prison wall. The prison escapees who managed to climb over the wires, then crossed over the main road and disappeared. But the escape didn't last forever. In a coordinated series of operations, 5 of the 12 fugitives were swiftly captured. But where are the others? Who masterminded the escape? And how did such a breach go undetected? On May 26, 2025, authorities finally picked up the trail of 2 escaped fugitives from New Orleans. A tip from the state of Texas reported a suspicious vehicle with 2 wanted escapees inside. Police units began to track the vehicle. A high-speed chase was imminent, and those tense moments were captured from the front seats of patrol cars and from the body cams worn by the officers. Now, witness the pursuit, moment by moment.
Yeah, sorry, dispatch is 8.
The vehicle with the prison escapees.
You're south on 75. South on 75.
Clear south on 75.
Looks like they're about to do the U-turn. Going back southbound 19.
Clear back southbound on 19.
Sorry, southbound from St. Houston Avenue.
That's clear from St. Houston Avenue.
They're going the wrong way on 19. Wrong.
After the chase.
Hey, everybody move to the right side of the car. Open the door, dude. I'm not opening. You kidding me? Get out. Go with them.
Got hands if everybody can hold it.
Jumbo, good hands. Shut up. Unlock the door with your right hand. Crawl to, no, Jumbo, back up. Crawl to him.
Put it in the car. Put it in the car. All the way out.
Crawl. Actually, clear. 93, slow everybody down.
Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald were captured in this operation, but where were the other 3? While all of this was happening, 3 fugitive criminals in the streets of New Orleans began executing a plan they had discussed earlier that night. These criminals, Lenton Van Buren, Derek Groves, and Antoine Massey. The plan was simple but crucial. They needed cash before making their next move. Lenton Van Buren temporarily separated from Derek Groves and Antoine Massey. They parted ways with the intention of regrouping later that night at a previously arranged meeting point. But things didn't quite work out as planned. However, Linton Van Buren, who found a hotel to stay after getting enough money from the house, was caught by the police teams upon notification when he was going to spend the night there by renting a room that appeared to be under renovation. So from here, he was taken directly to the police station for questioning. But now we continue the video to listen to the first escape statements of Leo Tate and Jarmeen Donalds, whose capture operation we previously watched in the dash cam and body cam video.
Mr. Tate? Good. All right, sir. But Leo Tate, correct? Yes, sir. All right, but I'm Judge Fisher. Just here to make sure you understand what your charges are and your rights, okay?
Charges.
Your charges?
Charges.
You have two charges out of Louisiana, one for aggravated escape and the other one is for obstruction of justice. Okay, that's all the paperwork I have right now that indicate those two. If there's any more that we have not gotten that from Louisiana or anybody else. Okay? So you have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to have an attorney present prior to during any interview questioning by peace officer attorneys representing the state. Understand?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to remain silent. You're not required to make a statement. Any statement you make can and may be used against you in court. And you have the right to stop the interview question anytime. Understand? You have the right to have an examined trial on the felonies. And you have the right to request appointment of counsel if you cannot afford it. Understand, sir? Okay. So you're gonna need a court appointed attorney or are you gonna hire your own? You gonna need a court appointed or are you gonna hire your own? Hire your own. Sorry, a little bit of feedback. I got to be able to hear on a little bit. All right, and according to Louisiana and teletypes and all, there's no bond set unless it's out of state, okay? So that's all I do today. You'll have to have another hearing in the near future with a different magistrate over extradition about going back to Louisiana or not, okay? I'm just here to make sure you understand what the two charges are and your rights, okay? If I get you to sign on the X on both of these, it is not a plea of guilt in any manner. It's just indicating that I read you your rights to you, spoke to you about attorney, and just put the no bonds, okay? You'll just sign those, hand it back to me, and I'll get you your copy. Oh, there's your copy. Best wishes to you, sir.
You too. Keep going.
All right, you can go and have a seat. Come on.
Okay. Jermaine Donald? Okay. Just make sure. Sometimes we get that older, we'll make sure it's the right person. Ms. Donald. Sorry, it took a few minutes because we're trying to get some of the paperwork from Louisiana. So everything that I have at this time, this is what you've been charged with. You have an aggravated escape out of Louisiana, and you have a parole violation in Louisiana. And then locally, they charge you with evading arrest or detention, class A misdemeanor. Okay? You have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. Understand that? You have the right to have an attorney present prior to during any questioning by peace officer attorneys representing the state. Okay. You have the right to remain silent. You're not required to make a statement. Any statement you make can and may be used against you in court. Understand? You have the right to stop the interview question anytime. You have the right to have an examiner trial the felonies. And you have the right to request appointment counsel if you cannot afford it. Understand that, sir? Okay. So are you gonna get your own attorney or are you gonna need a court appointed?
Court appointed
Court appointed, okay. That's for local charge in Louisiana?
in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Court appointed too.
Okay. Bear with me just a second, I got to do the answer form for you, okay? Basically, I gotta do is answer some questions here so we can, send this to the court for a court appointed attorney. Okay? Give me 1 second to fill that out. Donald, do you have any children you're financially responsible for? Do you have any
No,
children you're financially responsible for?
no.
Again, what I'm doing is asking these questions to send to the court, so then the court can determine to get you a court appointed or not, so I'm not trying to get all this just for no reason. Do you have a salary, monthly salary?
No,
Do you have any income, social security, food stamps, anything? No? Do you have any expenses?
no.
No rent, mortgage, job care? No? Okay. Okay, sir. There's gonna be 3 different forms, there's one on each chart, or each charge on each form. If I can just get you signed here on the X on all 3, it is not a plea appeal. All it's indicating is that I read your rights to you, spoke to you about an attorney, and you're asking for a court appointed, that's why we did that for them. Of course, the 2 Louisiana charges, there's no bonds on those, and then I put 10,000 on the local charge of 8, okay? You have any questions?
No.
All right, just sign those 3 and back to me, and I'll get your copies to you, and we'll be done. Yeah, don't do it like that, just lay it flat, bud. There you go, just like that. There's your copies. As I told the other gentleman, that's all that happens today. Just make sure you understand your rights and whether there's bond, no bond, and attorney. Being an out-of-state charge, you have a local charge, so usually has to be resolved. But then you'll have another hearing soon. You'll have to see a different judge over, about extradition, whether you go back to Louisiana or not, okay? All right, man, that's what you
A total of 8 fugitives have been captured, but 2 remain at large. Derek Groves and Antoine Massey. If you see them, please call 911 immediately and do not approach. The U.S. government is offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to their capture. Even a small tip can make a big difference. For updates and more real-life case coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and leave a comment.